If you're planning a visit to Disney Springs with kids, you might be wondering what there actually is for families to do besides shop and eat. After visiting Disney Springs many times with our 4 kids, we found so many things that have become must-dos for our family. So today, I'm taking you along to Disney Springs, Orlando to show you some of our family's favorite things to do with kids, where we love to eat, our favorite Disney Springs shopping spots, and a few special experiences you might not even know are here. I'm Ashley, a mom of 4, and I love helping families make the most of their Disney World vacations and make more memories with less overwhelm. And if you love Disney tips and family travel, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more. Whether you're planning a full Disney Springs day, looking for something fun to do on a non-park day, or just trying to decide if Disney Springs is worth adding to your Walt Disney World vacation, let's go! Before we get to all the fun, let me give you one quick tip for arriving at Disney Springs. We parked in the orange garage, and I love that Disney has lights above the parking spaces that show you exactly where open spots are. It makes finding a spot so much easier, especially when you're arriving with kids. You'll also go through security when you enter from the garage, so just keep that in mind when you're planning your time. Once we were through security, we passed Splitsville, where you can go bowling, as well as the AMC movie theater. We personally haven't experienced either of these yet because there's always so much to do at Disney Springs, but if you happen to have a rainy day during your Disney World vacation, these could be some really great indoor options for your family. From there, we headed toward 2 stores our boys always love checking out, the Star Wars Galactic Outpost and Marvel Superhero Headquarters. If you have Star Wars or Marvel fans in your family, these are definitely fun stores to pop into. You'll find tons of themed merchandise, toys, clothing, collectibles, and plenty of things for the kids to look at. But one of our boys' absolute favorite shops at Disney Springs is coming up next, because here they can actually create something of their own. The Lego store is always a must-do for our boys, and this is one of the reasons I think Disney Springs with kids can be so much fun. Some of the stores aren't just places to shop, there are actual experiences for the kids to enjoy while you're here. In the past, our boys got to create their own custom Lego minifigures at the Minifigure factory. They were able to choose all the different details and customize their minifigures to make them exactly how they wanted. It's such a fun little experience because they get to be creative, and then they have something they created themselves to take home as a souvenir. There's also a Lego play area where kids can stop and build, so even if you don't plan on buying anything, there's still something here for them to do. And make sure you take some time to look around outside too, because there are some incredible Lego statues throughout the area. They're so much fun to look at up close, and they make great photo opportunities with the kids. And speaking of great photo opportunities, if you have a princess fan in your family, you'll definitely want to make a stop outside of World of Disney. There are beautiful princess displays that make such a fun backdrop for pictures. So make sure you stop for a photo before heading inside. If Disney Springs shopping is on your list, this is definitely one of the stores you'll want to visit. It's huge and has just about every type of Disney souvenir you could think of. You'll find clothing, toys, plush characters, mini ears, accessories, home decor, collectibles, and so many other Disney souvenirs all in one place. It's also a great option if you don't want to spend a lot of your time inside the park shopping. You can save some of your souvenir shopping for Disney Springs and find a huge selection here.
Which one, girlie? Which one you want? Which one you want? Which one do you want?
I think the Stitch is the cutest at first.
Our kids always love walking around and seeing what they can find, and even if we don't buy something every time, World of Disney is one of those stores we almost always have to walk through when we're here. And before you leave World of Disney, there's a fun little detail your kids might love. At the entrance closer to Crystal Arts, make sure to look up for Stitch. He's perched above the entrance, and every so often he actually spits water from his mouth down toward unsuspecting guests below. Kids think things like this are so much fun, and it's another one of those little Disney details that you could easily miss if you didn't know to look for it. And Stitch actually points us in the perfect direction for our next stop, Crystal Arts by Erebus Brothers. This is another one of our favorite places to visit at Disney Springs, and surprisingly, it's a place our kids absolutely love too. Inside you'll find all kinds of beautiful crystal and glass creations, but our kids' favorite part is getting to watch the artists actually creating some of the pieces right there in the store. You can watch them working with the glass and even see glass blowing in person. Our kids could honestly stand here for hours watching how everything is made. And if you're looking for a more unique Disney souvenir or keepsake, there are some really special options here too. You can have different pieces personalized, they can create a custom crown, and you can even have a silhouette of your child or children made as a keepsake from your Walt Disney World vacation. I love experiences like this because even though you're technically inside a store, it becomes another activity for the kids. They get to see something being created right in front of them, and you might even leave with a keepsake that's a little different from the typical Disney souvenir. And while you're here, don't leave too quickly because right next door, there's another experience that can help you capture some really fun family memories from your trip. Connected to this building is a Disney PhotoPass location. And this is another spot I think families can easily miss if they don't know it's here. If you have a memory maker, make sure you're also keeping your eyes open as you walk around Disney Springs because there are usually other Disney PhotoPass opportunities outside too. And now we're heading to something that's a little more simple, but our kids loved it so much that we actually ended up doing it twice. Once during the day and again after dark. The Marketplace Carousel is such a classic, simple activity, but sometimes those end up being the things your kids love the most. We rode it during the day, and our kids had so much fun that they asked to come back and ride it again that night. And I'm glad we did because Disney Springs has such a different feel after the sun goes down. Everything is lit up, the carousel looks beautiful at night, and it was such a fun way to experience it again. So if you're looking for things to do at Disney Springs with kids, especially with younger kids, don't overlook some of these smaller activities. They don't have to be elaborate to end up being some of their favorite memories. And right near the carousel is another store we almost always visit, Disney's Days of Christmas. This is a Christmas store that's open all year long, and it's one of our favorite places for Disney Springs shopping because we've turned it into a family tradition. We love picking out a Disney ornament as a keepsake from our trips. I especially love souvenirs like this because they don't just get put away when we get home. Every year when we decorate our Christmas tree, we get to pull these ornaments back out and remember the Disney trips and family memories that go along with them. You'll find all kinds of Disney Christmas ornaments and decorations inside. So even if you're visiting in the middle of the summer, you can still bring a little bit of Disney Christmas home with you. And before we get to the food, there's one more store we have to stop at almost every time we're at Disney Springs. Chapel Hats. This has become such a fun little tradition for our family because we all love going inside and trying on all the different hats. They have so many fun and unique styles, and somehow we always end up trying on some pretty crazy ones and laughing at each other. It's such a simple stop, but it's one our kids always enjoy, so we make sure to go in almost every visit. And that's another thing I love about Disney Springs with kids. Sometimes it's the little things you weren't necessarily planning on doing that end up becoming part of your family's Disney traditions. And after all of that exploring and shopping, it's definitely time to talk about one of our favorite parts of any Disney Springs day, the food. There are so many Disney Springs restaurants to choose from and so much amazing Disney food, but I'm going to show you a few that our family comes back to again and again. And we're starting with one of our absolute favorite restaurants on all of Walt Disney World property, the Boathouse. The Boathouse is one of those restaurants we try to visit almost every Disney trip. It's won multiple awards, the food is consistently high quality, and we've had so many great meals here over the years. If you're visiting on a weekend, brunch is a great time to come. They have live music, which makes the atmosphere even more fun, and our kids especially love the Parker house rolls. The brunch version is topped with icing, so they almost taste like a cross between their regular rolls and a cinnamon roll. They are definitely a favorite with our kids. My personal favorite here is the crab cakes, but honestly, we've ordered so many different things over the years, you really can't go wrong. And the Boathouse does a few little things that make eating here especially fun for kids. Their kids' meals come out in these adorable paper classic cars, and they always get their plastic cups that we usually end up taking home with us as another little keepsake from the trip. But here's one of my biggest tips for the Boathouse. Don't leave as soon as you're finished. Make sure you head around to the back because there's so much more to see. You'll find tons of beautiful classic boats along with the dock, including Walt's Dream, and then there's one of the most unique experiences at Disney Springs, the Amphicars. These are actual vintage cars that drive right into the water. If you're eating near the water at the Boathouse, you can actually watch the Amphicars driving through the lake while you're having your meal. And if you want to take the experience a step further, you can actually ride in one. Our boys have done an Amphicar ride before, and it's one of those experiences they still talk about years later. To me, those are the kind of experiences that make a Disney World vacation so special. Sometimes it's not even the biggest attraction that your kids remember. It's something completely unexpected, like driving a car into the water at Disney Springs. Another one of our favorite Disney Springs restaurants is Chef Art Smith's Homecomin. If you love Southern comfort food, this is such a good option. They're especially known for their fried chicken and deviled eggs, and the food here is delicious. It's also really family friendly. The kids get menus they can draw and color on, which is always helpful when you're waiting for your meal. If you're looking for a sit-down restaurant with really good Southern food that still works well for families with kids, this is definitely one I'd consider. Another restaurant our family loves is Raglan Road. This one is especially fun with kids because you're not just getting dinner, you're getting entertainment too. There are Irish dancers and live entertainment throughout the meal, so it almost feels like you're getting dinner and a show at the same time. Our kids have always had so much fun watching the dancers. And the food is a huge part of the experience too. You'll find some really delicious Irish food here, so it's something a little different from what you might choose elsewhere at Disney Springs. Another fun bonus is that the kids' meals come with a dessert, so their sundaes were a pretty perfect way to end the meal. And we definitely can't talk about Disney food at Disney Springs without mentioning Gideon's Bakehouse. They're famous for their huge cookies, and they also have cakes. But surprisingly, one of our favorite things to get here is actually their vegan peanut butter cold brew. We try to get it almost every time we're here. And if you want a different sweet treat, there are plenty of other options. Swirls on the Water has different varieties of Dole Whip, which is always such a fun Disney treat. And then there's Everglazed Donuts. Their donuts are definitely not subtle. They have all kinds of extravagant donuts and different seasonal options throughout the year. So whether you're in the mood for a giant cookie, Dole Whip, or an over-the-top donut, you're definitely not going to have trouble finding something sweet at Disney Springs. And there is still so much to do here. You'll probably notice the huge Aerophile Balloon while you're walking around Disney Springs. It goes high above the area and is definitely one of the most recognizable sights here. You'll also find live entertainment throughout Disney Springs, so depending on when you're visiting, you may come across different performers as you're walking around. There really is so much to do at Disney Springs Orlando with kids. You can really make an entire family day out of being here without ever stepping into a theme park. But there's one more Disney Springs experience I want to show you, especially if you have a little princess in your family. Did you know you can create your own inexpensive princess makeover right here at Disney Springs? We took our daughter to Sephora and created a really fun princess makeover experience without doing Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. I'm going to put that video right here, so watch this video next and I'll show you exactly what we did. And if this video helped you plan your Walt Disney World vacation, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more Disney tips and family travel ideas. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you real soon.